We just stood up a new standalone major in supply chain logistics in 2021. And that major is growing rapidly. And we're at a point to where we wanted to find ways to incorporate case competitions or capstone type experiences, really focusing on experiential learning and to try to find a way to do that at scale, right? So, where the major's grown from over 150 students in the major now, and it's how do you do something to impact all of those students? Plus, I really like teaching with the Fresh Connection. I think in terms of helping students understand the connections of decisions across the entire supply chain is really important. In our program, we teach all those individual elements that are represented in the Fresh Connection, but we don't have a capstone class to help tie it all together. So the Fresh Connection also represented an opportunity for us to give all of our students, regardless of where they were in the program, to see how decisions in one area affect supply chain across the board. We felt like that was also a value add at the programmatic level, that all of our students were getting that experience. Some going to have much more experience than others. So that's where I was really excited about the Introduction to Supply Chain Management courses. Those were really a great value add. I think it's one of the coolest things Inchainge has done in the past few years because it allowed us to level up. I felt comfortable that if the students worked through each of those, that regardless of whether they still don't have the experience, but at least by the time we worked through each one of those 4 courses has 4 rounds. So technically they could have done 16 rounds, really in-depth understanding of each of those functions before we got to the competitive rounds. So that was another thing that really was beneficial. We get to have really much more in-depth conversations around what's the trade-offs of this decision. For me as a teacher, I think it's allowing much richer conversations and discussions around how supply chains work versus a technical thing about how the simulation works, right? Because I tell them, I'm not trying to teach you the simulation. The simulation is a tool to help us explore supply chain concepts and that you understand how your decisions impact operational financial performance. So I really like the ISCM courses in the sense that they're allowing us to spend more time on the value add, the trade-offs of decisions versus the technical. I just don't know that you get that level of support. To me, that just was a level of service and support that I've not experienced with any other kind of tool. And because of that, I was able to learn it, be much more confident in it. I went through the training and so really we're very pleased. We'll certainly be looking to do it again in the spring. We're going to try to do it once a year just because it's a huge undertaking, but excited about that.